Chapter 1: The Beginning of a Mysterious Dream. Fluffy lay down in her futon on an ordinary night, closing her eyes. However, this night was different. As if under a spell, the world of her dreams transformed. When she opened her eyes, she was surrounded by a vast forest of enormous mushrooms. The sky was painted in shades of blue and purple, and the stars twinkled as if they were dancing. The mushrooms came in various colors and shapes. Some had large mouths, while others had eyes. "Where am I?" Fluffy exclaimed in astonishment. Just then, a mushroom with red and white stripes appeared before her. "Hello, Fluffy," it said. "I am Pinocchio, the guide of this forest." Looking up at Pinocchio, Fluffy began to ask about this mysterious forest. "Pinocchio, where exactly is this forest?" With a gentle smile, Pinocchio replied, "This is the mushroom forest within a dream. Magic and adventures await here." Excitedly, Fluffy continued her questions. "In that case, will you show me the adventures in this forest?" Pinocchio nodded. "Of course, I'll guide you." Together, they began their journey through the forest. Along the way, they encountered various mushrooms. Blue mushrooms, yellow mushrooms, green mushrooms. Each had its own story and song to share with Fluffy. Fluffy delighted in her interactions with each mushroom, learning their tales and songs. Through these exchanges, she felt the magic and joy of the forest's adventures. However, midway through her journey, a question arose in Fluffy's mind. She turned to Pinocchio and asked, "What's the most important thing in this forest?" After some thought, Pinocchio answered, "The most important thing is to believe in oneself and to enjoy the adventures in the dream." Taking Pinocchio's words to heart, Fluffy continued her adventure in the forest. She enjoyed her interactions with the mushrooms and fully indulged in the dream's adventures with self-belief. As night deepened, Fluffy and Pinocchio arrived at the heart of the forest, where a grand mushroom house stood. Pinocchio hinted to Fluffy, "Inside this house, you might find the answers you seek." With excitement, Fluffy entered the mushroom house, where she discovered answers about her dreams and aspirations. Chapter 2: The Mushroom House and Its Secrets. Upon waking, Fluffy was still immersed in the afterglow of her dream adventure. That night, she once again stepped into the mushroom forest of her dreams and found herself in front of the mushroom house she had visited during her previous adventure. From inside the house, a gentle melody flowed. Driven by curiosity, Fluffy decided to enter. Inside, a group of mushrooms were gathered, playing instruments and singing in harmony. In the center stood a large mushroom holding a microphone, singing along with the others. He was known as the Mushroom King, the leader of the forest. Fluffy was captivated by their song, her body naturally moving to the rhythm. Seeing her, the mushrooms rejoiced, forming a circle around her and dancing. The Mushroom King approached Fluffy with a proposal. "Fluffy, you can feel the magic of this forest. Would you like to continue the adventure in this forest with us?" Excited by his offer, Fluffy gladly accepted. Together, they ventured deeper into the forest. Along the way, they met various mushrooms, each sharing their stories and songs. Fluffy delighted in her interactions with them, learning much from their tales. When they reached the center of the forest, they came upon a large pond. Beautiful fish swam in it, singing along with the mushrooms. The Mushroom King shared the history of the pond with Fluffy, This pond is the source of magic for the mushroom forest. It houses the spirits of ancient mushrooms, providing the source of our power. Listening to his words, Fluffy dipped her hand into the pond. As she did, a magical energy radiated from her hand, attracting the fish to swim around her. In that moment, Fluffy truly felt the magic of the mushroom forest. She resolved to enjoy her adventure in the forest alongside the mushrooms. Chapter 3: The Forest's Secrets and the Magical Recipe. As Fluffy's adventure in the Dream's mushroom forest continued, she discovered an ancient temple located deep within the woods. This temple was known among the mushrooms as Silvershine. Silvershine was built by the ancient ancestors of the mushrooms, serving as a repository for the forest's magic and history. The Mushroom King began to recount the history of Silvershine to Fluffy. Silvershine was constructed by our mushroom ancestors to protect the magic of the forest. Within its walls lie ancient magical recipes and secrets to safeguard the woods. Excited, Fluffy decided to step inside the temple. The interior was adorned with various magical artifacts and paintings of ancient mushrooms. At the heart of the temple sat a large magical tome. Curiously, Fluffy opened the tome. Inside, it contained numerous magical recipes. Among them were recipes for magical tea to calm the mind and cookies for dreaming, among others. The Mushroom King suggested that Fluffy try out the magical recipes. Fluffy, would you like to try out these magical recipes? Let's create the magical tea and cookies together. Eagerly accepting his proposal, Fluffy decided to try her hand at the magical recipes. Along with the mushrooms, she ventured into the forest to gather the necessary ingredients. They successfully found all they needed to craft the magical tea and cookies. Following the magical recipes, they began crafting the tea and cookies. Upon completion, Fluffy sipped the magical tea, feeling a deep calm wash over her, leading her into a profound sleep. Consuming the magical cookie, she was transported into a dream of unparalleled beauty. Chapter 4: The Forest Guardian and the Fateful Encounter. Fluffy's wondrous journey persisted. After her experiences in the Silvershine Temple, she ventured even deeper into the forest. A dense mist enveloped the woods, casting a mysterious ambience. This part of the forest was uncharted territory, a place rarely ventured into, even by the Mushroom King. As they advanced through the fog, a massive stone statue, shaped like a mushroom, suddenly emerged. Ancient inscriptions reading, "Guardian of the Forest," were carved onto it. The Mushroom King, pointing towards the statue, began to explain. This was erected by our mushroom ancestors. It's said to sleep here as a protector of the forest. Fluffy, intrigued by the statue, was taken aback when its eyes started to glow. Gradually, the statue began to move, positioning itself in front of Fluffy and the Mushroom King. With a deep voice, the statue spoke. "I am the guardian of the forest, Rock Shroom. What purpose brings you to my domain?" Though startled, Fluffy mustered the courage to reply, "We have come to learn about the magic and history of this forest. Can you teach us?" After pondering for a moment, Rock Shroom responded, "As the guardian, I possess vast knowledge in magic. However, before I share this, I must test your sincerity. he decided to set forth a challenge for Fluffy and the Mushroom King. They were to find magical items hidden in various parts of the forest. Following Rock Shroom's directives, Fluffy and the Mushroom King began their search. Along their journey, they encountered various mushrooms, and with their assistance, they successfully uncovered the magical items. Upon completing their task, they returned to face Rock Shroom. Recognizing their efforts, he decided to impart his knowledge about the forest's magic and history. Chapter 5: The End of the Dream and a New Departure. Fluffy's adventure was drawing to its final chapter. Throughout her journey, she had relished the magic and history of the mushroom forest, as well as the company of many new friends. However, every adventure has its end, and she began to sense the conclusion of her dream voyage. One day, she revisited the Silvershine Temple, the very place where her dream quest had commenced. Upon entering, she was greeted by the Mushroom King and Rock Shroom, both awaiting her. With a gentle smile, the Mushroom King began. "Fluffy, you've truly savored your adventures in this forest. But all journeys have an end point. The time is nearing for your dream adventure to conclude." Fluffy nodded with a hint of melancholy. "I felt it too. My time in this forest has been delightful. I've met so many friends, learned magical recipes, and discovered the history of the woods." Rock Shroom also addressed her. "You've embraced this adventure wholeheartedly, and we deeply appreciate that. Even after this dream ends, we hope you'll always remember us." Expressing her gratitude, Fluffy responded, "Thank you, Mushroom King and Rock Shroom. Through this journey, I've learned and grown so much. The memories of this adventure will forever be cherished in my heart." Subsequently, she fell into a deep slumber within the temple. Her dream journey had reached its terminus, and it was time for her to return to the real world. Upon awakening, Fluffy reminisced about her dream escapade, feeling profoundly grateful. With renewed vigor, she rose from her bed, ready to embrace a brand new day. To our esteemed viewers, first and foremost, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude for taking the time to engage with the narrative we've crafted. A story, in essence, is like a tapestry of dreams woven by the magic of words. The mere act of sharing it and knowing that it resonates with you brings us immense joy. The enthusiasm and engagement you show towards our tales serve as the driving force behind our creative endeavors. We wish to take this opportunity to convey our heartfelt appreciation. Whether it's the warm feedback, constructive criticism, or even the harsher critiques, they all fuel our growth. Each piece of feedback is treasured and serves as motivation to continually improve and craft even better tales. Now, after immersing oneself in a tale of dreams and adventures, the ideal culmination is a restful slumber. Sleep plays an incredibly vital role for our minds and bodies. It rejuvenates us, washing away the fatigue of the day and recharging our energies for the day ahead. However, amidst the hustle and bustle of daily life and various concerns, achieving quality sleep can sometimes be challenging. With that in mind, we'd like to offer some advice to aid in achieving a restful night's sleep. Create a relaxing environment. Your bedroom should be quiet, dark, and maintain a comfortable temperature. Incorporating calming scents can also enhance the ambience. For instance, the essential oils of lavender and chamomile are renowned for their relaxing properties. Setting a regular wake-up time and bedtime can help regulate your body's internal clock. Limit smartphone and PC usage. Using smartphones or PCs right before bed is known to impede good sleep. Especially the blue light emitted can degrade sleep quality, so it's advisable to avoid these devices at least 1-2 hours before bedtime. Engage in relaxing music or reading. Gentle music or delving into heartwarming stories can help calm the mind. Deep breathing and meditation. Incorporating deep breathing exercises and meditation can relax both the mind and body. In conclusion, if through our tales we can bring even a sliver of peace and joy to your hearts, we'd consider it a privilege. We remain committed to crafting narratives that resonate with you and will continue to strive for excellence in our storytelling. We hope that with quality sleep,